Every person is born with a higher purpose. It's easy to forget this in the daily grind of life, the noise, the distractions, the pressure of meeting expectations. But deep within, there's a calling, an undeniable pull towards something greater. It may not always be loud, but it's always there, waiting to be acknowledged. This inner voice, this feeling is not just a fleeting thought or wish. It is the essence of who you are, guiding you towards a mission that is uniquely yours. Too often, we ignore it or convince ourselves that it's just a dream, too far-fetched to be real. But what if that voice is the whisper of your destiny? What if you are not just here to survive, but to fulfill something far bigger than yourself? In moments of quiet reflection, when the world fades away and you are left alone with your thoughts, this is when the calling speaks the loudest. It's in those moments when you realize that life is not about just going through the motions, about following the path that's been laid out for you. It's about answering the call that is written in your very being. No one else may hear it, but you feel it, that sense of urgency, that tug at your heart, that knowing deep inside that there is something you are meant to do. It's not a random coincidence. It's not chance. It's your purpose, and it's waiting for you to step into it. But so often, we let fear take over. We start questioning whether we are good enough, whether we are capable of fulfilling such a mission. We wonder if we'll succeed, if we'll be able to overcome the obstacles that stand in our way. We forget that the calling is not based on what you think you can do today, but what you are meant to become. The strength, the courage, the wisdom, all of it is already inside of you, waiting to be unlocked. The purpose you were born with is not dependent on your current circumstances. It's built into your very DNA. All that's required is the decision to trust it and step forward with the belief that you are worthy of it. When you recognize that there is a higher purpose at work in your life, everything shifts. No longer do you go through the motions. No longer do you just react to what happens around you. You begin to move with intention. You start making decisions not based on fear or convenience, but based on the mission you've been called to. The world may doubt you, may question your choices, but the calling within you will never waver. It is a constant, a steady drumbeat that keeps you moving, even when the path is unclear. You don't need to have all the answers right now. You just need to believe that there is a purpose for you that is far beyond your current understanding. As you begin to act on this knowing, you realize that your life is not just your own. You are part of something bigger. The mission is not only for your own success, but for the good of others, for the impact you will make in the world. The calling you hear is not selfish. It is selfless, for it compels you to give, to contribute, to serve in ways that will transform those around you. And with this transformation comes a sense of fulfillment that can never be found in chasing fleeting goals or material success. The calling is the real prize. The journey towards fulfilling it is the ultimate reward. Now ask yourself this. What if you truly believed that this mission was your reason for being? What if you could remove all the distractions, silence all the doubt, and focus solely on the task at hand, knowing that every step you take is leading you closer to the fulfillment of your higher purpose? Would you act differently? Would you carry yourself with a sense of authority, with the confidence that you are on a path that was meant for you? The moment you embrace this calling is the moment you begin to live as though you have been entrusted with something far greater than you can even imagine. It's no longer about living for yourself. It's about living for the mission, for the calling that is waiting to be realized. So let go of the fear. Let go of the doubts. Embrace the truth that you were born for this, that your purpose is not just a dream, but a reality waiting to unfold. The mission from within is the only one that will give your life true meaning, and it is waiting for you to step into it with all the faith and determination you can muster. It is time to answer the call. Belief is not just a state of mind, it is a force that shapes the very reality you experience. Most people fail to understand the full power of belief. They think of it as a simple feeling, an abstract concept that may help them get through tough times, but in reality, belief is far more powerful. It's the force that moves mountains. It's the energy that brings ideas to life. Belief is the spark that ignites action, and it is the fuel that keeps you moving forward when everything else tells you to quit. When you believe that you are on a mission, that belief changes everything. It propels you forward, makes you unstoppable, and transforms what seems impossible into something achievable. Without belief, you are left to wander aimlessly, unsure of your purpose or direction. But when you believe, you align your thoughts, your actions, and your energy with the outcome you desire. You start to see opportunities where others see obstacles, and you find solutions where others see problems. Belief isn't just wishful thinking, it's a declaration of your commitment to the mission you are on. The belief in your mission is what gives you the strength to overcome challenges. Life will never be free from difficulty. The path to greatness is never smooth, and obstacles are inevitable. But when you truly believe that you are on a mission, those challenges no longer feel like setbacks, they feel like stepping stones. Each obstacle becomes a necessary part of your journey, an opportunity to grow and learn. You are no longer a victim of your circumstances, but a warrior on a mission. When you believe in your purpose, you stop seeing failure as the end of the road and start seeing it as a lesson, as part of the preparation you need to reach your full potential. The most successful people in the world are those who have an unshakable belief in themselves and their mission, no matter how impossible the road ahead may seem. They are not immune to difficulties, but their belief in their purpose keeps them pushing forward, even when the odds are stacked against them. Belief doesn't just affect how you view yourself, it also influences how others see you. When you act with belief, others are drawn to your energy. They see the confidence you carry, the conviction in your voice, and the unwavering commitment in your actions. People gravitate toward those who believe in themselves because belief is contagious. It inspires others to believe in themselves too. Your belief becomes a beacon that guides others toward their own purpose. You are not just working for yourself, you are leading by example, showing others what is possible when they embrace their own mission. The ripple effect of belief extends far beyond your own life. It creates a movement, an energy that spreads, inspires, and encourages others to step into their own greatness. Belief in your mission becomes a collective force, pushing you and everyone around you to achieve more than they ever thought possible. True belief requires more than just saying the words, it requires action. You cannot merely say, "I believe," and expect things to change. Belief must be backed by consistent effort, by decisions made with purpose, and by actions that align with your mission. It's the belief that drives you to wake up early, to put in the work when no one is watching, to keep moving when the world tells you to slow down. Without action, belief is merely a thought. With action, belief becomes a force of nature that shapes your life. The journey to fulfilling your mission is not always easy, but every step you take with belief in your heart brings you closer to realizing the purpose that has been placed before you. Your belief in the mission is what keeps you going when the world doubts you, and it is what makes all the difference in whether or not you succeed. A mission is far more than a burst of temporary motivation. Motivation can come and go. It can be a fleeting spark, lighting up your spirit for a moment, but it's not enough to keep you going through the long, difficult journey of life. Motivation is often reactive. It responds to something external like a situation, a person, or a new goal. It can inspire you to take action for a short period, but it lacks the staying power needed to see you through to the end. When the novelty fades, so does motivation. However, a mission is something entirely different. A mission is not just a feeling or a reaction. It's a driving force, an unwavering purpose that fuels you even when motivation is nowhere to be found. A mission isn't dependent on your mood or circumstances. It's an internal, unshakable commitment to fulfilling a greater purpose, regardless of how you feel in any given moment. Acting as if you are on a mission from God means that you are operating from a place of deep, intrinsic purpose that doesn't rely on external factors to keep you going. You don't wait for motivation to strike. You act because you know your mission is too important to ignore. The drive to fulfill your mission is embedded in your very being, and it compels you to keep moving forward even when things get tough. A mission gives you focus. Unlike fleeting motivation, which can sometimes leave you scattered or uncertain, a mission provides clarity. When you are on a mission, you know exactly what you are working toward, and every decision you make is aligned with that goal. Motivation may fuel random bursts of energy, but it doesn't always bring clarity. A mission, however, creates laser-like focus. You become able to disregard distractions, avoid detours, and maintain unwavering dedication to the task at hand. When you truly act as if you are on a mission, you begin to move with precision. Every step, no matter how small, is a step toward fulfilling that mission. This kind of focus is what separates those who achieve their goals from those who give up halfway. It's not about working harder, it's about working with purpose. Every effort you make, every hour you invest, every choice you make must be in service of your mission. It becomes your guide, your compass, and your reason for being. When the mission is clear, the path becomes much easier to navigate. And even when things get difficult, you never lose sight of the destination, because the mission is the beacon that keeps you moving forward. Most importantly, acting as if you are on a mission from God means that your work takes on a greater significance. It's not just about personal achievement or success. A mission is about service. Service to others, to the world, to a greater cause. The moment you shift from working for yourself to working for something greater, everything changes. You begin to realize that your actions, your choices, your journey are not just for your own benefit, but are part of a much bigger plan. When you act with the mindset that your mission is sacred, it elevates your work to a higher level. It's no longer just a job, a career, or a goal to achieve. It becomes a calling. A mission from God is not something you can take lightly, and it's not something you can abandon when times get tough. It's a commitment to something far greater than personal gain. It's a commitment to fulfilling a purpose that has been set before you. This shift in perspective helps you to overcome the fear of failure, the fear of rejection, and the fear of criticism. Because when you understand that you are on a divine mission, the opinions of others lose their power over you. Your focus is on the higher purpose, and you know that every challenge, every struggle, every moment of doubt is simply part of the journey toward fulfilling that mission. When you operate as if you are on a mission from God, you begin to understand that you are not alone. You are part of something much bigger, and your actions have far-reaching consequences. The mission you are on is not just for your personal fulfillment, it's part of a grand design, a larger story that is unfolding. This perspective transforms the way you approach every aspect of your life. It changes how you see your work, your relationships, and even your struggles. No longer do you feel isolated or uncertain. You are part of a greater purpose, and every step you take brings you closer to fulfilling that mission. The sense of urgency that comes from acting with purpose allows you to move with confidence, knowing that what you are doing matters. When you believe that your life has a higher purpose, you begin to see every action, every decision, every challenge as part of a divine plan. This understanding gives you the courage to keep going when others might give up, because you know, without a doubt, that the mission you are on is too important to abandon. It is your reason for being, and it is worth every sacrifice. When you choose to eliminate the option to quit, you set yourself on a path of true commitment. Most people give themselves the luxury of an escape, a way out when things get too difficult. They create an invisible exit door in their minds, a place they can run to when the pressure becomes too much, when failure feels too overwhelming. This exit door, however, is the very thing that weakens their resolve. The moment you allow yourself the option to quit, you've already lost the battle. True commitment requires a mindset that there is no going back. When you are on a mission, quitting is not an option. It's not something you entertain, even in your hardest moments. This doesn't mean that there won't be times of doubt or exhaustion, but it means that you've already made the decision to keep going no matter what. The path to greatness is filled with challenges, and those who succeed are not those who have never faced hardship, but those who chose to push forward despite it. By eliminating the option to quit, you essentially make the mission a part of your very being. You don't allow failure to be an end. Instead, it becomes a lesson, a step along the way. You develop an unbreakable resolve because you understand that the mission is far more important than temporary setbacks. When you operate with this level of commitment, obstacles no longer seem like barriers. They become tests of your endurance, opportunities to prove that you are worthy of the mission you've been given. It is not enough to simply start the mission, you must finish it. Too many people begin with enthusiasm, full of hope and promise, but they falter when things get hard. They don't realize that the true test of character and success lies in the decision to continue when the excitement fades and the obstacles become overwhelming. The difference between those who succeed and those who fail is often not talent, resources, or intelligence, but the willingness to persevere, even when quitting seems like the easier option. Those who succeed are the ones who refuse to let anything stop them. They have no plan B because they are convinced that the mission they are on is their purpose, their reason for being. They know that every failure, every setback is a lesson, not a defeat. The fear of failure no longer controls them because they see the bigger picture. They realize that quitting means abandoning the very reason they were put on this earth. When you remove the option to quit, you free yourself from the chains of doubt and uncertainty. You choose to move forward with faith, even when you cannot yet see the full picture. This unwavering commitment is what allows you to turn dreams into reality, to turn impossible tasks into achievable goals. Quitting is no longer an option because you've made a sacred promise to yourself to stay on the path no matter how difficult the journey becomes. The beauty of eliminating the option to quit is that it forces you to find creative solutions to problems. When there is no exit strategy, when there is no fallback plan, your mind becomes more resourceful. You learn to think outside the box, to find new ways to overcome challenges that once seemed insurmountable. You develop resilience, adaptability, and resourcefulness in the face of adversity. This mindset allows you to tap into your full potential, discovering strengths and capabilities you never knew you had. Without the comfort of knowing you can quit, you are forced to dig deeper, to push yourself beyond your limits, and to find new solutions to problems. It is often in the most difficult moments that our greatest breakthroughs occur, and the decision to stay in the fight opens the door to these moments of transformation. When you know that quitting is not an option, you stop waiting for external circumstances to change and begin to take control of your own destiny. You understand that your success is not dependent on the world around you, but on your ability to persevere and keep moving forward, no matter how difficult the path may be. This kind of commitment is not for the faint of heart. It requires immense mental and emotional strength. You will face times when the weight of your mission feels unbearable, when every step forward feels like an uphill battle. But in those moments, you must remind yourself that this is your mission, your calling. It is not a coincidence that you are on this path, and quitting would mean abandoning something far greater than your personal comfort. When you remove the option to quit, you transform your entire approach to life. You no longer fear failure because you understand that it's part of the process. You no longer see setbacks as insurmountable obstacles because you know they are just temporary detours. You embrace the journey with all of its ups and downs because you understand that the mission is worth it. And in the end, when you look back on everything you've overcome, you'll realize that the true reward was not in reaching the destination, but in the strength and growth you gained. Along the way, removing the option to quit means committing to the mission with everything you have, knowing that the purpose behind it is worth every challenge, every struggle, and every sacrifice. When your thoughts align with your destiny, you tap into a power that transcends ordinary thinking. Your thoughts shape your reality. They dictate how you approach every challenge, how you view every opportunity, and how you react to the world around you. If you want to fulfill a mission that is bigger than yourself, you must ensure that your thoughts align with the goal you are working toward. This means that everything you think, say, and believe must be in service of the mission. If your thoughts are scattered, focused on doubt, or consumed by fear, they will only hinder your progress. But when you begin to think with clarity and purpose, your thoughts become the very fuel that propels you forward. Every successful person understands that their mind is the most powerful tool they have. The ability to control and direct their thoughts toward their mission is what sets them apart. Aligning your thoughts with your mission is a conscious decision that must be made every single day. It requires a constant effort, to redirect your mind away from distractions and negativity and toward the vision you are working to manifest. When your thoughts are in harmony with your purpose, you begin to see the world through a new lens, one that reveals the opportunities and solutions that were once hidden. Your mindset becomes the foundation upon which your success is built. Imagination, belief, and persistence work together to create the invisible forces that shape your journey. Imagination allows you to visualize the life you want to create, to see yourself succeeding in your mission before it even happens. Belief is the fuel that gives your imagination the power to become real, turning ideas into actions. But it's persistence that ensures you don't give up when things get tough. It's persistence that keeps you going when you face obstacles, when success seems far away, and when doubt creeps in. These invisible forces may not be seen by others, but their impact is undeniable. They shape your actions, influence your decisions, and guide you when the road ahead seems unclear. When you act as though you are on a divine mission, these forces become your closest allies. Your belief in the mission allows you to trust in the process, even when it doesn't make sense. Your imagination shows you the possibilities that lie ahead, and your persistence keeps you moving forward, step by step, toward your goal. Together, they form the invisible blueprint for your success. These forces are not just passive, they require active participation. You must choose to believe, choose to imagine, and choose to persist, even when it seems like the world is pushing back. When you do, the world will begin to respond in ways that align with your mission. When doubt and distractions enter your mind, remember that you are on a divine mission, and nothing can stand in the way of your purpose. Doubt is one of the greatest enemies of success. It erodes your confidence, clouds your judgment, and creates uncertainty where there should be clarity. Distractions, on the other hand, pull you away from the path and dilute your focus. In today's world, where information overload and constant stimulation are the norm, distractions are everywhere. But when you are on a mission, you have to become disciplined in guarding your focus. It's not enough to want to succeed. You must protect your time, your energy, and your thoughts. The distractions will always be there, but the mission must come first. Doubt will try to creep in, especially when the going gets tough. But remember that your mission is bigger than any fleeting fear. When you act as if you are on a mission from God, you understand that doubt is just a temporary hurdle, not a permanent obstacle. It's a sign that you are on the right path, that you are pushing against the resistance that always comes when you are doing something significant. Distractions, too, are just the noise of the world trying to pull you off course. Your mission deserves your full attention. When you remove doubt and distractions from the equation, you free yourself to fully dedicate your mind and energy to what truly matters, the fulfillment of your mission. Every mission requires patience and understanding that success doesn't come overnight. Society often promotes the idea that success is quick and instantaneous. We see the highlight reels of others' achievements on social media and assume that they came easily or quickly. However, the truth is far different. Real success takes time, and the process is often slow and methodical. Every great accomplishment is the result of consistent effort, long hours, and setbacks that have been overcome along the way. When you are on a mission, you must accept that the journey will be long, and it will not always be smooth. There will be moments when progress feels painfully slow, when the reward seems distant, and when frustration sets in. But it's in those moments that you must lean into your belief in the mission. Patience allows you to continue moving forward, even when immediate results are not visible. Understanding that the process is just as important as the outcome helps you maintain perspective. You know that every small effort, every bit of work, is bringing you closer to your goal, even if you can't see it right away. In fact, success often manifests in ways that are subtle at first, and it's only when you look back that you realize how far you've come. Acting as if you are on a mission from God means having the patience to trust the process, to keep doing the work even when the immediate reward is not clear, and to believe that, in time, the fruits of your labor will come. Resilience is what allows you to bounce back after setbacks, and it is a critical component of any successful mission. Every great achiever has faced adversity. moments of failure, doubt, and struggle. What sets them apart is their ability to recover and keep moving forward. Life will always present obstacles, and the road to fulfilling your mission will not be without its challenges. But resilience is not about avoiding failure. It's about how you respond to it. When you face setbacks, you have two choices. You can allow them to define you, or you can use them as stepping stones toward your success. The key to resilience is the belief that you are capable of overcoming anything that comes your way. It's understanding that failure is not the end, but merely part of the journey. Resilience comes from a deep-rooted conviction that your mission is worth the struggle. It's the unwavering belief that no matter how many times you fall, you will rise again stronger and more determined than before. This resilience isn't just about mental toughness. It's about emotional strength as well. The ability to bounce back from failure requires emotional maturity. The ability to manage frustration, to handle disappointment, and to keep your vision clear even in the midst of hardship. When you operate with resilience, setbacks become lessons, not defeats. You use every failure as an opportunity to learn, to grow, and to become better. With resilience, you begin to understand that every obstacle is simply another chance to prove your commitment to your mission. The process of fulfilling your mission requires sacrifice, but it is a sacrifice that is always worth it. When you choose to embark on a mission that is bigger than yourself, you are choosing to give something of yourself along the way. Success demands sacrifice, whether that means giving up your time, comfort, or the distractions that keep you from your goal. Sacrifice is a word that many people shy away from, but those who understand its power know that it is not a loss. It is an investment. Every sacrifice you make brings you one step closer to your purpose. The time you invest in learning, the energy you dedicate to your craft, the relationships you forego, and the comforts you give up are all part of the price you must pay for greatness. But what most people fail to realize is that these sacrifices are not losses, they are investments in a greater future. The things you sacrifice today, the moments of leisure, the distractions, the small comforts, are insignificant in comparison to the reward of fulfilling your mission. Those who are willing to sacrifice are the ones who ultimately reach the highest levels of success. Sacrifice is a natural part of the process, and when you embrace it, you realize that every trade-off you make brings you closer to a life of purpose and fulfillment. The sacrifice isn't painful when you know that the mission you're working toward is worth every bit of it. And when you finally reach your goal, you will see that the price you paid was small in comparison to the reward. Sacrifice is the price of greatness, and those who are willing to pay it are the ones who ultimately succeed. Your energy is one of the most powerful tools you have, and learning to protect it is essential to the success of your mission. Every action you take, every word you speak, and every thought you entertain consumes energy. The way you manage your energy directly impacts the pace at which you move toward your goal. When you act as if you're on a mission from God, you must be mindful of where your energy goes. Negativity, toxic relationships, and distractions are energy drains that will slow you down. If you allow them to consume your time and attention, they will rob you of the vitality you need to keep moving forward. Instead, you must intentionally direct your energy toward activities, people, and thoughts that align with your mission. This means surrounding yourself with those who uplift and support you, engaging in practices that nourish your mind and body, and avoiding the things that deplete your focus. Your energy should be reserved for the work that propels you toward your purpose, and you must protect it fiercely. The more energy you put into your mission, the more momentum you build. Just as you would protect a valuable resource, your energy should be treated with the same level of care. When you consciously direct your energy toward your goal, you amplify your ability to overcome obstacles and stay focused on your purpose. Success is not a destination, but a journey that requires continuous growth. The mission you are on requires constant evolution. As you grow, so does your mission. The person you are today may not be the person you need to be to fully fulfill your purpose tomorrow. This is why growth is so important. Growth allows you to adapt to new challenges, to stretch beyond your current limits, and to reach heights you previously thought impossible. Acting as if you are on a mission from God means committing to constant personal development. Every day you must be willing to learn something new. whether it's a new skill, a new perspective, or a new way of thinking. Growth often requires stepping outside of your comfort zone, facing fears, and challenging long-held beliefs. But it's this discomfort that leads to transformation. As you grow, you not only become more capable of fulfilling your mission, but you also become a beacon for others. Your growth inspires those around you to pursue their own missions and strive for their own greatness. Remember that every challenge you face, every failure you encounter, and every moment of doubt is an opportunity for growth. When you embrace growth as part of your mission, you open the door to endless possibilities. To stay on track with your mission, it's crucial to maintain discipline. Discipline is the bridge between where you are now and where you want to be. It's easy to start a mission with excitement and enthusiasm, but the real test comes when the initial thrill fades and the work becomes routine. Discipline is what ensures that you continue to show up even when you don't feel like it. It's what allows you to keep pushing forward when things aren't going as planned and when obstacles seem insurmountable. Discipline is about making the right choices day in and day out, even when no one is watching. It's about committing to the process, even when you don't see immediate results. Every successful person is disciplined. They are consistent in their actions, and they prioritize their mission above distractions. Discipline doesn't mean rigidly adhering to a schedule or following rules for the sake of it. It means staying committed to the bigger picture. It means choosing the long-term gain over short-term pleasure and staying focused on your mission, no matter how difficult or tiresome the journey becomes. With discipline, you maintain momentum and continue to move forward step by step toward fulfilling your purpose. Without it, even the greatest mission can falter. The impact of your mission extends far beyond your own success. When you act as if you are on a mission from God, you begin to understand that the journey you are on is not just about you. It's about everyone whose life you will touch along the way. Every action you take, every step you make toward fulfilling your mission ripples out into the world, creating a positive effect on others. This understanding shifts your perspective from self-centered goals to a broader, more impactful vision. Your mission becomes a service to the world, to a cause greater than your personal ambition. Whether you are aware of it or not, the people around you are watching your journey. They see your dedication, your struggles, your resilience, and your successes, and they are inspired by it. By staying focused on your mission, you become a living example of what is possible when one is committed to something greater than themselves. Your actions have the power to inspire others to pursue their own missions, to dream bigger, and to live with purpose. When you act with the awareness that your mission serves a larger purpose, you elevate your efforts from personal ambition to collective impact. Your journey becomes a source of inspiration that touches far more lives than you may ever realize. The importance of integrity cannot be overstated when you are on a mission. Integrity is the foundation on which your mission is built. Without it, your work becomes hollow and your impact becomes diminished. Integrity means doing what is right, even when no one is looking. It means staying true to your values, your principles, and your purpose, no matter the challenges you face. When you are on a mission, there will be moments when the temptation to cut corners, to compromise your values, or to take the easy way out arises. But acting with integrity means that you stay true to your moral compass, regardless of the circumstances. The mission you are on is bigger than personal gain, and maintaining integrity ensures that your efforts are not just effective but also honorable. When others see your commitment to integrity, they respect and trust you, and your mission gains a greater level of credibility. Integrity isn't just about doing the right thing when it's easy. It's about doing the right thing when it's hard. It's about choosing the high road, even when the low road seems more convenient. By maintaining integrity, you build a foundation of trust and respect that solidifies your mission and ensures that your impact will endure. When you fully commit to your mission, you must be willing to embrace discomfort. Growth does not happen in comfort zones. Every step you take toward your goal will stretch you, challenge you, and at times make you uncomfortable. Embracing discomfort means accepting that the path to your mission will require sacrifices, difficult decisions, and moments of uncertainty. However, it is precisely in these moments of discomfort that you grow the most. The discomfort forces you to adapt, to become stronger, and to discover new strengths you never knew existed within you. Every challenge you face is an opportunity to build resilience, perseverance, and character. Without discomfort, there is no growth, no breakthrough, and no significant progress. Acting as if you are on a mission from God means that you are willing to endure the tough times with the belief that they are a necessary part of the process. You must embrace discomfort because it is the vehicle that will drive you to your next level. When you begin to see discomfort as a stepping stone rather than an obstacle, you free yourself from the fear and resistance that often holds you back. It is in those challenging moments that you will discover the depth of your strength and the power of your commitment to the mission. The way you handle adversity is a defining factor in your journey. No one is immune to challenges, and obstacles are inevitable on the path to success. However, it is your response to adversity that determines how far you will go. When you are on a mission, setbacks are not a reflection of your abilities or worth. They are simply part of the journey. The true test is how you react when things go wrong. Do you give up or do you keep pushing forward? The most successful people are those who choose to view challenges as opportunities, not as roadblocks. They understand that failure is a part of the process and that each failure teaches them something invaluable. Adversity forces you to confront your limitations, refine your skills, and think creatively to find solutions. The more you face adversity and continue moving forward, the more capable and resilient you become. When you act as though you are on a mission from God, you realize that adversity is not a sign to quit, but a signal to keep going. Every obstacle you overcome makes you stronger, sharper, and more determined to achieve your mission. The key is to remain focused, embrace the lessons that adversity brings, and trust that each challenge is preparing you for greater success. Having a clear sense of purpose is the compass that guides you on your journey. Without a clear mission or purpose, it becomes easy to get lost or distracted along the way. The distractions of daily life, the noise of external opinions, and the temptation to follow other people's paths can easily pull you off course. But when you are clear about your mission, when you understand why you're doing what you're doing, nothing can shake your focus. A sense of purpose grounds you, providing a solid foundation that keeps you steady in times of doubt or uncertainty. It reminds you that your work is bigger than yourself and that your mission matters. The clearer your sense of purpose, the stronger your resolve. When you act as if you are on a mission from God, your purpose becomes a driving force that propels you forward, even in the most difficult times. You don't waste time questioning whether you should continue or not because your mission is clear. Purpose brings direction. And when you have direction, the steps you need to take become obvious. A strong sense of purpose also gives you the strength to stay aligned with your values, even when tempted to take shortcuts. It empowers you to stay true to your vision and trust in the journey, knowing that every step brings you closer to fulfilling your greater mission. Faith is the force that sustains your mission when nothing else makes sense. There will be times when logic fails you, when results are slow to appear, and when the road ahead seems unclear. In those moments, faith becomes your foundation. Faith is not blind hope. It is a deep, unwavering belief that your purpose has meaning, that your efforts are not in vain, and that you are guided by something greater than yourself. When you act as if you are on a mission from God, faith becomes your anchor in the storm. It's what keeps you grounded when the winds of doubt and fear try to shake you. Faith is what allows you to keep going, even when you can't see the outcome. It is what helps you hold your vision in your mind and heart, even when circumstances tell you otherwise. Faith tells you that every step, no matter how small or unseen, is moving you forward. It gives you peace in uncertainty and courage in chaos. The journey of fulfilling a mission will test you, and there will be times when you feel alone. But faith reminds you that you are never truly alone, that the mission placed on your heart was given to you for a reason. And as long as you walk with faith, you will find the strength to keep moving forward, even when the path ahead is hidden. The legacy you build through your mission is one of the most powerful contributions you can leave behind. True legacy is not about fame or recognition, it's about impact, the lasting effect your life has on others and the world around you. When you act as if you are on a mission from God, everything you do becomes part of that legacy. Every person you help, every truth you speak, every step you take with purpose adds to the story you are writing with your life. This mission isn't just for you, it's for the next generation, for those who will come after you and walk in the footsteps you've laid. The discipline, courage, and strength you live by today create a path for others to follow tomorrow. Your mission becomes a light, a guide, a blueprint for others who are searching for direction. You don't need to wait until the end of your life to build your legacy. You're building it right now, in every decision, in every moment you choose purpose over comfort, conviction over convenience. Legacy is built daily, and it's solidified by consistency, passion, and principle. When you live your life on a mission, you create something that outlives you, something that continues to inspire and uplift long after you're gone. Living on a mission means living with intensity, purpose, and a heart that refuses to settle. It's a declaration to the world that you will not drift through life aimlessly, but instead rise each day with a fire in your soul to fulfill the purpose you were created for. This mission is not a burden, it's a gift. It is a call to live at your highest level, to give everything you've got, and to hold nothing back. It demands your best, not occasionally, but consistently, and in return it gives your life depth, meaning, and fulfillment that cannot be found through mere success or material gain. Every day is a chance to show up for your mission, to walk in alignment with the power and calling inside you. You don't need permission. You don't need validation. You need only the courage to begin and the conviction to continue. The mission you are on is sacred. Treat it that way. Guard it, fight for it, and never forget that you are not here by accident. You were chosen for a reason. So rise boldly, live fully, and act every single day as if you are on a mission from God, because you are.